Everyone, and my name is Jae from South Korea, and then today I wanna share about my story, what I figured out between between South between European and American. So first of all, uh, before going to China and before going to America, I thought I thought that like European people and American people are just like same, like just Western culture, but I could meet a bunch of European people who came from Germany and Belgium and Italy and Spain and UK and of course America, because I also live in America too. So so first different thing is that uh, I think the range or the degree of individualism is much more huge in America because everyone is kind of much more individualistic. Of course, of course, European culture is also individualistic, but the degree of individualism is much more huge in America. So, of course, but and then sometimes what I figured out in when I communicate with European people is that they are more friendship, like I think. And then sometimes America is more sometimes more feminism, I think, but of course individualistic. So but nowadays like Korean society is also a bunch of people are also like they live alone, like the number of people who live alone is also growing a lot. So and then live alone and then eating alone. So nowadays like South Korea is kind of much more close to American culture. So but and then it's like every European is also kind of different. So what I figured out is what is the difference between European is that um I think Germany is kind of similar with American. Whenever I talk with them, it's like always kind of very similar with American people and German people. I don't know about German culture exactly because I have not lived in there, but just and then and then and then that's it maybe. And then oh yeah, of course, and the Spain and Italian culture is kind of very different with American culture because I think Spanish or Italian culture is they are kind of much more focused on present more than thinking about the the future. I mean the long term. It's like the carpe diem, like the the live just want to live like the live present fully. I don't know what to say in English, but I think so. So it's kind of much more similar in Spain and Italy, but their cultures like Spain and Italian culture is very different with sometimes very different with American culture. And what's the common thing between South America and Korea is that I think that's like American people also like the sincere person and the devotion is also a really important part in South Korea and America too. And then they also like the army culture. So sleep early and they wake up early is kind of very common thing of a common culture in America. So but what I figured out in America is that they are also like the gap between the poor and the rich is really huge compared to South Korea. Of course, South Korea is also huge, but America is more huge. And then, sorry, it's like my head is really like messy out right now, so it's not. I know it's not organized. So to sum up is that to sum up it is that like European culture and American culture is different, and then the range or individualism is much more high in America. But of course, like European is kind of socialism, but socialism based on individualism. So it's kind of very different with South Korea and European culture is that like sometimes South Korea, like some old people like or some other people, they ignore about our individuality. So it's kind of very different. And then American is much more private. So privacy is really important. And then individualism is like it's very common in American culture. So we don't have like so in America I don't have like 선배, 후배. Uh, it's I think it's like a Korean unique thing, but I have not seen about like 선배 called 선배 or 후배. So it's kind of very different. And that's it. And then maybe what I think, and then I will share our experience. So thank you for listening my opinion.